Tour. Of course, welcome to the QS 10,000 coverage here from Ballito. It's all eyes on South Africa. This is the first QS 10,000 as we are in day 5 of the waiting period. Team Dantas out in the lineup along with I.Gouveia, fellow countryman from Brazil. Here we go. This is Dantas, brother of Wiggly. And he will let go a couple of turns to try and get his campaign underway. Good morning again as you join us for the Ballito Pro.
Yeah, but still contestable faces for the guys to work through. We saw a bunch of sixes. The light-footed Keanu Anu. Stark contrast to the surfer on the last set. And this is his brother Wiggly.
Well, here goes Big Wiggly. And that is a big turn for Big Wiggly, as he gets no wiggles and a couple of strong drives there off the rail. So it's pretty mixed up conditions here. No, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see how performances unfold in this fairly challenging conditions. Coming from way behind here is I.Gouveia, who went to the air repeatedly yesterday in the almost windless conditions. And just short of pulling that off. And that was a great set of drives off the bottom into a big pop air.
Just hanging around the contest site, one of the most smiling surfers around.
Here's that backhand of K.Asing that we preempted to. It's going to suit Keanu just fine.
So we'll see. Looks like we haven't had any rides off the back of that one, but here we do. Big Wesley.
Wow. Big lift there for Wesley. Big meaty lad, isn't he? Well, there's enough wind to lift him, and I tell you what, he's been surfing with a lot of spark here. Forces a lot of turns, but nonetheless, there's aggression, there's power. He's getting the job done here in the left-handers in Ballito this morning.
Is it from a professional point of view as a surfer, where you barely can hear your scores and your situation, your requirement? You got 30 minutes, you're up against former world champ Adriano. You know, cards are totally stacked.
I mean, what do you think? Like, you just painted the perfect picture. Yeah, it's probably the hardest conditions to compete in. Yeah, I mean, hopefully with the southerly coming in, it brings some more swell for the rest of the round, but that was definitely difficult.
This looks like the big one for I.Gouveia, 7.7. Big jam there, huge rotation, great projection, landing out in the flats. So really good control, as I said before, no grab on that one. There's conditions that they, a lot of them don't need to do that.
Well, here's I.Gouveia down the beach. Gone kind of far north on us here as he explores. Meanwhile, Dantas unleashes again. Power on display. Spoke that he is looking very crisp and sharp here in Ballito this year. Former championship tour surfer getting a couple of big hits again. And a couple of finger snaps just to add to the spice of it all.
Oils and just releases right at the perfect time. So that's a lovely squared up backhand re-entry. See bucket to spray again. Hitting the critical section. Nice and compressed that one. Just waiting with his time.
Of course, South Africans Beric de Vries and championship tour surfer Ezekiel Lau are through care of yesterday afternoon's first heat of the round. Again, a former championship tour surfer. A little speed run here. Goodness me, that was pretty fast for a big chap. And that was heavyweight down the line drifting from Dantas there. So judges are going to play catch up on some numbers here for us.
A lot of success for him so far. 2.17 his highest. That's not representative of his ability. I.Gouveia, you know what he's going to do here.
Oh, a little throwaway there again. Ian's got the formula. He knows how he wants to approach the seat. From Recife in the northeast of Brazil. Saw him in the championship tour. Now back in the QS grind here. Talking of grinding, these are powerful grinds. When they do, sparks will fly as Dantas goes inside out there. Just a incomplete for him. Down in fourth, he's been holding that second priority for ages. We're thinking that as we talk about this, we may try and cue him in, literally, but no. This is I.Gouveia going to the rights. Found a 7-7 already on the forehand, and this is a good combination. He's heard that Wiggly has gone into the sevens on a similar-looking wave. A nice combo there for I.Gouveia, the smaller of the Brazilians. But getting a big input there for that one, we're thinking.
Well, again, you've mentioned the reference to Wiggly's 7.33. Not overly dissimilar. 4 turns, some real critical vertical surfing from the other Brazilian, I.Gouveia. Of course, I.Gouveia, then he took to the left. He got a 6.3 for this one. Again, just sitting really nicely on the tail there, 12 o'clock in that one. A little slash under the lip, and then he also finishes nice and squared up.
Where is K.Asing in this entire discussion? Going inside of 13 minutes to go. He's way trailing here in the encounter. And as we say that, there he is. Nice little jam there. but will sink the tail. Not sure what he got on that run down the bank. That's quite an oblique angle, so we think he's covered a lot of distance.
Yep.
The other Dantas is lying second, also in the 12s. There's Wesley Dantas unleashing. And there's a lot of finger snapping going on from the big fingers snapping around the lineup. Big backhand turns going along with it as well for both Wiggly and Wesley here, but not a big requirement.
And that's courtesy of the 6.3. So we said that last of I.Gouveia was going to potentially rival Wiggly's 7.33. Judges said it does, but just a point shorter.
We spoke about the requirement of Dantas getting rid of a 5.27. It's now become apparent.
Well, the seesaw continues. This is Wiggly now.
Well, here goes Wiggly. Big backhand hit as we follow him down the track here. Two-turn combination. Gets the big punch in. Not overly sold on that one, Scotty, but we posed the question to the judges, to you at home. Is he going to improve on a 5.27? He only needs to replace it with a 5.37, so it's a game of decimals right now.
Hypotheses of each of the scores. It's going to be hard for the guys, but of course the judges are experts, those 5-man and woman panel. Water's 22 degrees, air temperature yesterday got to around 30. You can see out there Wesley's in baggies, you guys call them. We call them board shorts. Keanu would call them trunks.
Well, let's see where Keanu goes with those trunk-like legs. He's got to use them. And again, one of these heats that is just... all the seams of just tearing apart here in the picture for K.Asing. 6 QS 10,000s on the schedule this year. The last couple of years has been 5 of them. So in addition, with Pantene in Spain upgrading to a QS 10,000 is very good news. And K.Asing will be focusing on all of those discussions.
Imagine similar conditions to what we've got out here. Crumbly beach breaks, quick turns.
Well, have a look here. This is Wiggly, who was owed a score. So we have played catch-up from the panel.
We see a little roll in one. We haven't
I was just saying, that was a huge piece of open white water that just rolled in from the deep water and onto the bank. So many big heats packed into this first QS 10,000 of the year. Big paddle, though, here from third-place surfer Wesley Dantas, starting to feel a little bit of frustration now as we get deeper into the wrap-up of the second heat of the morning.
It would have to be the highest heat score of the heat. Just a little slash there. That really sets him up for this one, but I can't help but feel he was still just holding back a little bit on that second turn. Need to go a little bit bigger.
Well, priority belongs with green here in the situation as we see Wesley Dantas, third-place surfer, continuing to try and squeeze everything he can out of this.
There's a powerhouse of Wiggly and I.Gouveia. The experienced surfer's taking this one out, Giggs.
Yep, that's how it's going to be. An official result. Wiggly Dantas and I.Gouveia are through.